You ever notice how some people move through life differently? They don't rush, they don't react, and they don't crave attention. While the world screams for validation, they stand still, calm, quiet, and unshakable. You can feel something powerful about them, but you can't explain it. They're not trying to be mysterious. They just understand what most never will. True intelligence isn't loud. It's silent, disciplined, and rooted in self-control. The Stoics knew this long before us. They knew that wisdom isn't found in words. It's found in restraint, in the quiet war we fight inside our own minds. See, people think intelligence means knowing more facts, using big words, or winning arguments. But the truth is much simpler and much deeper. Intelligence is the ability to master yourself, to feel everything and still remain composed, to face chaos and not lose your center. That's the rarest kind of strength there is, and if that resonates with you, you might already carry it within you. The first sign of a mind that's evolved beyond the noise is solitude. You don't chase stimulation, you seek silence. Most people run from quiet because silence forces them to meet themselves. But those who think deeply are drawn to it, not because they hate people, but because they refuse to lose themselves in the crowd. When you sit alone, your mind becomes your teacher. You start hearing your own thoughts clearly, and that scares people who can't handle truth. But to the disciplined mind, solitude isn't emptiness, it's clarity. You don't need validation anymore. You don't need constant entertainment or noise. You're not lonely. You're focused. You begin to see your emotions like waves on the surface of the ocean. You let them rise, let them fall, but you stay calm underneath. That's what Marcus Aurelius did every night, writing to himself instead of the world. Because the real battle is always within. When you learn to master silence, you master yourself. The second sign, you question what others accept. Most people live on autopilot. They believe what they're told, repeat what they hear, and never stop to ask why. But the intelligent man doesn't settle for borrowed beliefs. He doesn't accept, this is how it's always been. He looks deeper. He asks questions others avoid. Not to rebel, but to understand. He knows that truth isn't found in popularity. It's found in perspective. You see, conformity feels safe because it saves people from thinking. But safety isn't the goal of the wise. Freedom is. Real intelligence isn't about fitting in. It's about having the courage to stand alone when truth demands it. And yes, that makes you different. People might call you cold, arrogant, or strange, but that's only because your peace threatens their chaos. You're not trying to prove them wrong, you're simply not trying at all. The third sign, you observe more than you speak. The wise understand that silence reveals more than words ever could. In every conversation, there are two layers, what's said and what's really meant. Most listen only to reply, but you listen to understand. You notice tone, timing, energy. You can feel when someone's lying, not because you're suspicious, but because your awareness is sharp. You've trained your mind to see beneath the surface. Observation isn't passivity, it's power. The one who can wait, who can watch without reacting, controls every room they enter. That's why Stoics practiced restraint. They knew emotion clouds reason, and when reason is lost, chaos wins. So you watch, you pause, you breathe. You don't let anger drag you where it wants. You guide it. You learn that silence isn't weakness, it's precision. The fourth sign, emotional control. The world worships reaction. People think shouting makes them strong. But those who truly understand life know the opposite is true. Power lives in calmness. When you're provoked and you stay composed, you're already in control. Because the moment you react, you give your power away. The wise don't suppress emotion, they master it. They let anger inform them, not enslave them. They let sadness teach them, not define them. There's a kind of quiet danger in a person who's calm under pressure, because calmness shows they've been through storms before. They've faced pain, betrayal, loss, and survived it. They no longer need to prove anything. That's why they don't flinch when tested. They've seen the edge of themselves and decided to stay steady. Every insult, every challenge, every test of patience, those are chances to train your mind. Epictetus said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So when someone tries to get a rise out of you, remember, they're begging for control. Don't give it. Smile, breathe, walk away. Because silence will always echo louder than anger. You start realizing that emotional strength isn't about pretending not to feel. It's about feeling deeply, but staying unmoved. You become the eye of the storm, calm while the world spins in chaos. That's why your energy feels different. People sense it. They can't read you. They can't manipulate you. They don't know whether to fear you or respect you, and that confusion is power. The fifth sign, you detach from drama. The more you grow mentally, the less you tolerate chaos. You stop chasing arguments. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You stop defending your peace to those who thrive on conflict. That's when you realize most battles aren't worth fighting. Because peace isn't given, it's chosen. Detachment isn't indifference. It's intelligence. It's knowing where to place your energy and when to walk away. You stop reacting to everything that demands your attention. You start valuing stillness. The Stoics called this apatheia, not apathy, but disciplined emotional stability. It means your happiness is no longer at the mercy of the world. You own it. You protect it. You live it. And the final sign, you live by principle, not popularity. The world changes every day. Trends rise, opinions shift, crowds move from one cause to another, but the wise remain grounded. They act according to their values, not the noise around them. Because the moment you betray your principles to please others, you lose yourself. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire but wrote to himself, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That's the Stoic way. Don't talk about virtue, live it. Don't promise discipline, practice it. Don't seek admiration, seek alignment with truth. Because admiration fades, but integrity lasts forever. So if you've ever felt like you don't fit in, if you prefer silence over crowds, truth over comfort, composure over reaction, understand this. You're not strange. You're evolving. You're walking the same path ancient thinkers walked thousands of years ago. The path of self-mastery, the path of calm strength, the path of reason. And in a world that's losing its mind, the one who stays calm becomes unstoppable. You don't need to be louder. You just need to be still. You don't need to be understood. You just need to understand yourself. Because when you do, nothing external can shake your inner peace. Remember, real intelligence doesn't need to announce itself. It shows through restraint, composure, and the quiet confidence of someone who has faced life and refused to be broken by it. That's the power of a Stoic mind. If this message spoke to you, if it reminded you of the strength you already have, subscribe to Mind Hack Stoic and join a community built on truth, clarity, and mental discipline. Because here we don't just think differently, we live differently.